Hey everyone, welcome to the last week of groups. I hope these last few weeks have been insightful. I hope you've connected on a deeper level, both to other people and to what God has said to you. We love when groups are in session because we love feeling connected, we love growing together. And we're going to celebrate that as all the groups come together on November 10th. That's a Wednesday evening. All the information is in the app, and we can't wait to see all the groups together, rubbing shoulders and celebrating all that God is doing at Mission City. Tonight, we're going to wrap up our study in the Beatitudes. It's this list that Jesus makes in Matthew 5, where he says this is the kind of life that God blesses. And the very last Beatitude that Jesus gives us is the one that most of us resist. And he said, God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for theirs is the kingdom of God. In fact, Jesus knew that we wouldn't like this one at all, so he even expounded. He said, be happy about it. Be very glad when people mock you and lie about you and persecute you. He just knew that we might be in on being peacemakers. We might like being humble. We might like being loving, but when it comes to persecution, no one is signing up for that. We talked a little bit on Sunday about what it's like to be a Christian, what it's like to be a follower of Jesus in a culture that's not. I don't know what part of culture you find yourself in, whether it's the office, it might be school, it might be a family gathering, to where you are the odd one out. You're the one that believes, no one else does. You're the one that goes to church, no one else does. You're the one that is genuinely trying to grow in your faith, and it can feel like a very lonely experience. Not only can it be lonely, but sometimes you become the recipient of someone else's frustration with Christianity, frustration with the church, frustration with other Christians. Or maybe they're confused, maybe they're misled, and you become the recipient of their insecurity. You become the recipient of their hurt, of their frustration. We talked a little bit, and we're going to read it today in Mark chapter 3, where Jesus was the recipient of people's misunderstanding. He was the recipient of their own stubborn pride. We're going to see that Jesus' own family didn't understand his mission. The other religious leaders in the community didn't understand Jesus' mission. In fact, he was called crazy. He was called evil because they didn't understand him. And sometimes you're going to be the recipient of words like that. And what we're going to see is that Jesus was calm in the chaos. He was confident in his identity, and he was kind in his response. He even goes so far as to tell us to love our enemies, to pray for those who persecute us, because we understand only through the words of Jesus that people are not the enemy. The thing that they are saying about you, the thing that they are accusing you of, is not really what they mean. There is some hurt that is hidden. There's some confusion that is stuffed down. We are not fighting against people. We're fighting against all the evil that is attacking them, all the evil that is confusing them. And what we are called to do is have kindness, to have perspective beyond the name calling or beyond the rejection. So what we want to do tonight is rally around and just share some stories of why sometimes this is hard, but then encourage one another to follow in Jesus' example of, instead of fighting back, instead of joining the name calling, what we're called to do is pray and love for those who persecute us. This is why groups are so important, is because we need to know that we're not alone, that someone has our back, and someone else has the same experience that we do. That's why what you are doing right now is the perfect place to be. Thanks so much for coming on this journey with us. We love groups. We love that you are a part of it. Can't wait to celebrate together next week at Groupsgiving. Have a great night.